Hello and welcome to today's September 21st daily news report, as well as ongoing stimulus package information video. I've got a lot of good information to share with you today. If you're a subscribed member of my community, then welcome back. And if you're not, consider subscribing right now so I can keep you up to date on what's going on in Washington, D.C., the next stimulus package, the U.S. economy, money, investing, and much, much more. All right, this is your daily reminder to go sign up for the giveaway that Casey and I are doing. We're giving away a total of $10,000 to be helpful to people in our community and as a way of saying thank you for helping get my channel to over 1 million subscribers. It only takes about 20 seconds to sign up, and I'll make sure to leave a link below. All right, I apologize for my casual clothing today. I actually threw my back out and I've been in tremendous pain. And so it was just easier to wear a t-shirt than put on a button-down shirt and a tie. So I apologize for if you think I'm being too casual today. All right, now in less than a week, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is going to show whether she is a woman of her word or if she manipulated 9 of her moderate Democrat colleagues. Remember in August when 9 moderates, including Representative Gottheimer, said that they wouldn't sign the $3.5 trillion stimulus package unless the $1.2 trillion physical infrastructure was passed first. Well, Pelosi promised Gottheimer and the others that the House would officially vote on the bill on Monday, the 27th of September. But now I'm reading that Pelosi is starting to drip information out that she will have to delay the vote because she doesn't have the votes for the $3.5 trillion stimulus package. If she doesn't keep her word and call for the physical infrastructure bill to be voted on, she runs the risk of losing all 9 of the moderate Democrats for the stimulus package. And as of right now, from what I'm reading, she can only afford to lose 3, or else the entire stimulus package has to be modified, revamped, made smaller. So a lot is on the line on whether she will keep her promise. Now, if she doesn't do it, then she also runs the risk because these two have to be tied together in order to get the votes and pass the money. Now, yesterday I told you how the Senate parliamentarian blocked Democrats from including immigration in the stimulus package because they said it had nothing to do with the numbers of a stimulus package. Well, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said he's leaving it in and plans to disregard the rule. So he's essentially going against the Senate parliamentarian and trying to stuff this into the next stimulus package. However, you will remember that Pelosi attempted to do the exact same thing with the $15 minimum wage increase in other bills. Ultimately, it was removed. So if you ask me, it just seems like they're trying to slow down a bill that desperately needs to pass. So I'm not sure why they're trying to stuff that in if the rule keeper has said this doesn't keep the rules. I'm not sure. Can't answer for why they're doing that. All right, now I'm going to tell you what I think is the biggest hang-up on the next stimulus package. And you might agree with me and you might disagree with me. But I think that the number one thing holding this up is that Democrats don't know whether passing the stimulus package will get them votes or will lose them votes. I really do think that this comes down to votes now. Now, I'm telling you that this based on dozens and dozens of articles that I've read from Democrat leaders, okay? Not Fox News or something like that. They are saying by voting for the bill, they may pick up a lot of voters that are in need of financial help right now. But by voting for the bill, they could also lose a lot of their wealthy and influential voters that are the big money donators to their campaigns. And you can't win your office without campaign donations, right? So they've kind of put themselves in between a rock and a hard place. Now, if this were Republicans in the hot seat, the analysis would be the same. So this isn't about a party, except that Democrats are in control right now. So I'll give you an example. 69% of the American people in multiple polls agreed that the wealthy and large businesses owe our country more tax. Okay, so they believe in taxing the wealthy and these large businesses. However, wealthy people and businesses are needed to get elected. So can you see what I'm trying to say, right? This isn't a Democrat or Republican issue. This isn't a you versus us. This is what is going on, right? They need the wealthy to get them voted in, and they need your vote to get them voted in. And so they're kind of in a tough place right now. So even though Democrats control the White House, the Senate, and the House of Representatives, making the right move to improve the country and bring in more tax dollars from the top 1% and the biggest businesses could actually lose them the next election. So that they're getting very, very nervous. I hope that makes sense. Again, I'm saying this after reading lots of different Democrats and what they're saying to each other in interviews and in articles. Now, taxes really are the great equalizer, and the wealthy are going to fight like hell to keep their taxes low and their write-offs high. That's just what they do, right? Now, by the way, I did want to share something with you that was trending in the news, and you may or may not want to do this. There is a left-wing group of progressives that are asking all members of their group to call Senator Joe Manchin's office over and over and over again, telling him to pass the next stimulus package. So I'm not saying to do that because I don't know that it's actually going to do anything, but I wanted to let you know that was going on in the news today. All right, now House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is getting a lot of attention. She's been over in England for the last week, rubbing elbows with other big politicians in the United Kingdom. However, in an interview, she told the interviewer that capitalism is broken and it doesn't serve America anymore. Now, people immediately jumped on her by saying, your net worth went from almost zero to $114 million since you've been in office. So obviously capitalism is working for Pelosi, right? Maybe not for the masses. So I don't know whether capitalism is working for Nancy Pelosi, but I do know that being a politician has really worked for Nancy Pelosi, right? And it has for many politicians. They start off either lower income or average income and somehow leave public servant office millionaires. So you can't tell me that it's not working for them being in control and pulling the strings, right? Now, I believe in capitalism. I like capitalism. But I do agree that there could be some tweaks, right? But for Nancy Pelosi to grow her net worth from zero to 114 million over her political career tells me that something's working. Maybe it's not capitalism, but maybe it is being a politician. Now, I said I like capitalism, but I have noticed over the years that there may need to be some tweaks to the system because we can see that the wealthy are becoming disproportionately wealthy while the rest are struggling to keep up, right? And this is why taxation is what levels that playing field, okay? Now, earlier today, President Biden spoke before the United Nations. His speech was crafted around rebuilding trust in America after the Afghanistan situation. He said the years of relentless wars will be replaced with years of relentless diplomacy. Or essentially, he wants to rebuild relationships with other countries versus going to war with them over and over and over again. Now, this comes on the heels of him snubbing our allies in France. President Biden and France were working together to give Australia nuclear submarine technology. Then last minute, President Biden dropped France from the deal and from the conversation. Let me tell you, France was super mad and very disappointed. In fact, they called all of their diplomats back to France. Immediately, they were supposed to leave the United States. So we've got that going on, and I think that's one reason he's trying to craft this message around America wants to be a good partner going forward and not just a warmonger or at war all of the time. By the way, thank you guys so much for giving these videos a like. I really appreciate it, and I just love bringing my community the news. All right, now, this is kind of shocking, and this is very stimulus check centric, okay? Professional investor and money manager David Rosenberg said in a CNBC interview yesterday that the biggest economic problem facing the United States right now is the lack of stimulus. Okay, now hear him out. He said that the economy was supposed to be injected with $1.2 trillion of infrastructure by now, but the politicians are holding that back, which means that money would and should be flowing, jobs would and should be created, profits would and should be made, and people able to take care of themselves versus the government taking care of them. But instead, he said, all of this fighting in Washington, D.C. has stalled this money from getting out. He also said that he believes that people need a stimulus check and that the country needs a large injection of infrastructure money, activity, and jobs to get the country working and earning again. So I thought his analysis was pretty interesting, and I kind of agree with it. Part of the big push under Biden was supposed to be money spent that would create jobs. High-paying jobs is what he promised, right? Also, a stimulus check is in need, and we know it will go to people that will spend the money, right? It's not going to go to the rich that will say, oh, great, I'll just put it into the stock market, or I'll just put it into a savings account. So Wall Street sees the need to get these, at least one of the two spending bills passed ASAP, and they see value in sending a fourth stimulus check out to the people that would spend the money. And that part I agree with. I don't believe 167 million Americans need a stimulus check, but there's a lot of data showing that about 25 million do. All right, now, what I don't think is that these politicians realize that if they gave 25 million Americans that are struggling a $2,000 stimulus check, it would only cost $50 billion. Now, $50 billion compared to $3.5 trillion is chump change. It's absolute chump change, okay? And this money would be dispersed evenly, right? Think of like packets of money going out evenly all over the United States and be injected into local economies all over the country. People could pay their rent. They could pay their mortgages. They could buy groceries. They could finally get their car repaired. They could pay their medical bills. They could buy clothing, shoes, things for their children, right? This is how that money deploys and then how it's used in the economy, okay? So perhaps it will be the lobbyists that are preying on Democrat senators and House representatives that will be pushing for stimulus checks. Because as of right now, Wall Street says, we think there's value in sending out stimulus checks and get one of the next spending bills passed, or else the country is going to suffer. This is coming from Wall Street. All right, now I know that my community is hyper aware of the fact that prices on goods and services are going up. But what you might not be aware of is that there are 61 ships carrying food, clothes, toys, supplies, raw goods, everything you can think of, right? It's sitting in San Pedro Bay off the coast of Southern California. Now, it's not clear why these boats are being forced to hold anchor, but our own government won't let these ships dock and unload their supplies. It's almost like they're trying to keep supply and demand disrupted. I don't understand it. 61 massive cargo ships with supplies, and they're not allowed to bring the supplies in. So if you search San Pedro Bay shipping ships, you'll see pictures where there's all these ships just floating, and they've been floating there for weeks. I don't know. It seems like it's on purpose, but maybe I'm crazy. Like, I'm not a conspiracy theorist type person, although I enjoy a good conspiracy theory, right? This is actually happening. 61 ships told you can't bring your supplies into the country. I don't know. Something seems off about it. Something seems fishy, right? Little ocean joke there. All right. Now, the Social Security Administration has admitted, and only because they got caught, that they have accidentally sent out $125 million in Social Security checks to dead people. Now, that's just in 2021, right? The Social Security group, which is always complaining that they're going to run out of money, has now admitted that they have major software flaws and that they could have been sending hundreds of millions of dollars in erroneous checks out for years. Years and years and years of hundreds of millions of dollars going out. Now, I can't help but think how much good this money could have done for struggling people, and yet they're being mailed out to people that are dead, right? Crazy. All right, now as Democrats ramp up to spend trillions of dollars of taxpayer money to deal with climate change, one scientist may have invented a very affordable solution. Shilun Raun, oh my gosh, I murdered that name. I don't know how to say this name. Shulan Ruan, a scientist and professor at Purdue University, just won a prize for creating the whitest white paint ever created. Why is this a cool thing for my video segment? Well, it turns out this particular color of paint repels 98% of solar energy and radiation that is absorbing into our buildings, roofs, and streets. And it's warming the planet, okay? For example, if you've ever visited Las Vegas on the Strip, temperatures can rise well over 120 degrees when you factor in a black road, gray buildings made of cement, metal buildings, and glass, all reflecting heat down onto the Strip, right? Makes you sweat like a pig, right? Now they're saying if they covered buildings, roofs, and roads with this energy repelling and white color, that they could actually cool the planet pretty quickly. Okay, I think this is a big deal, right? Green energy, climate change, new energy, renewable energy. It's all in the political news right now. It's why I told you guys about the uranium company. Nuclear energy is some of the cleanest energy, and they burn uranium in order to do it, right? So anyway, I thought this was pretty cool, right? One small little tweak to the color of our roads or how we, the color of our roofs or our buildings could change the temperature of the planet dramatically. And this was a story that came out in the news just this week. Anyway, pretty cool. All right, now this is my update for today. As I know more, I will definitely come on and share more. The Democrats' fight to pass the next stimulus package isn't over, and I'm confident that something will be passed, but the fight will be uphill, and it will be Democrat against Democrat in order to get it done. And I'll continue to provide you updates about what's going on and how close we're getting. All right, now before you go, make sure to get your name and your email in to be one of the winners of the $10,000 that Casey and I are giving away. I wish I had more to give away. I'm working with sponsors to try to up that number, but this is our way of helping people in the community with groceries or bills or getting caught up, whatever you want to use that money on. And we're excited to give that money away. I'll make sure to leave a link in the first comment down below. Now, before you go, I want to remind you of something that's totally free, and maybe you could pass it on to somebody else, but I just want to let you know that you are amazing. I appreciate you being in my community, and I'll see you on the next video.